Yeah, buddy. Hope you guys doing all right. So, I just gotta say, in regards to a particular person, I mean, I did tell you months ago now that like me continuing to make videos, like this means of like whatever the fuck this is, like me just making videos and you choosing to block me and do whatever it is you're doing, like that, it's not working for me. Like it's not mentally, like it's triggering me, it's bringing up old shit that's happened in my past. Like it's just like, and I thought about it today because I hit the three buttons at the top and it's like, hit this button to fucking block this user from your channel. And I saw that and I realized like she hit that button on me. And I started thinking from her perspective, and I was like, I would never do that to her. Like, I would never do that to somebody, especially somebody whom I had feelings for, And it's like, it's just, I'm not mad at her. I just realized in that moment, and then like I'm thinking, like, what is she thinking? Like, what, like, I don't even know, like, how is somebody gonna like? How is that a good equation? Like, you're gonna block somebody to make them to put them in a place of like, why? Like, is it to hurt me? Like, that's one of the first things that comes to my mind. Another thing is perhaps because she's afraid of admitting to certain things, or and maybe it's a little bit of both, and maybe it changes from time to time. I don't know. But the fact is that this is how it's continued to go down for some time now, and I've continued to voice how unhealthy I feel like it is for myself, and also for her, because she's essentially, I feel like, withholding shit inside of her heart, which is never good to do for anybody. Um, so it's just like I've been done said this, like it's months have passed since I've said this thing and nothing has changed. So it's reached a point now to where I literally, unfortunately, like there's resentment. Like I've got a little bit of resent. It's not good that I'm feeling this, but I have to be honest with you guys. Like since this has happened, there's a lot of emotional like my spirit has, in regards to her, because I feel like I've been treated like trash. Like that's my truth. Like whether or not you guys intended to or not, it doesn't matter. This is how I feel. Okay. And this is the thing with relationships. If they're gonna work, like you gotta be considerate of each other's feelings, because that's what it's all about. Is you guys sharing a feeling you like together. So when one person doesn't feel well about a way that another person's treating them, and like they're continuing to voice how they don't feel well about something, and that other person's continuing to ignore how they feel, then to me that tells me that they don't really care about me and my feelings. So it's like, okay, and but I hold on because I see some evidence of things, of something there. So I hold on because I think that this person really is like my twin flame. I don't know how else to say it. Like I have the connection that we've had and like still have is like, it's fucking nuts. Like it's pretty amazing, but it can also be. Anywho, so this is what's kept, because just knowing, but they're difficult. They're very difficult, and because I don't know when these things started, but like since they started or whatever, like we've both changed and grown in different ways, which is fine. It's what help adds more flavor to the universe. Now, the issue with that though, like this is why we have guidelines, things like the word and religions and messages and people telling us that like these divine law, it isn't just here just for God to be a dick or to be some type of tyrannical, like no, you can't do that, control freak. No, it's for good reason. Like telling people not to lie, there's a real good reason why you shouldn't lie. Like it's not good to do, meaning like it gets in the way of good production, it gets in the way of good moments, it gets in the way of good feelings. So if you're dealing with a relationship with a lot of lies and deceit, like it's going to be hard for any relationship with anybody to really find a good place together for any type of a long period of time if there's deceit and lies inside that relationship. And depending on how much deceit and lies are in the relationship, it's going to depend on how much of a weight that has on y'all's relationship. So anyway, I don't want to get too off tangent here because just because I've also done this too. Like, other females will show interest in me, and so then I'll be like, oh, cool, man, somebody else is interested, and so I'll kind of fucks around with that for a little bit, and then I feel like she sees that or hears about it, so then she gets worried and she does something to reel me back in, but then she goes back to the same tactics of blocking me and ignoring me and then choosing not to fucking communicate with me, and then after I choose to go back to her, so then it's like I'm back in this position to where I'm completely alone again and blocked and left fucking like ostracized and treated like that's what you do to trash. You just leave it there. That's what I feel like. So I've done this a couple of times. Like, other females will show interest, and because I feel like she's my twin, and so there's like the potentiality for depth is going to be much higher in her than other people. But see, that's something I've learned. It isn't quite. It's not exactly true. Like, maybe ultimately yes, but where she's at right now and where I'm at right now means a big thing. And there's other people. Like, this is why Jennifer Aniston. I've always felt, ever since I felt like she reached out to me in spirit over a little over a year ago. I've always felt like a connection to her, and it has to, like, it's different with her. Like, when I look at her, what I see energetically, I see a very similar person to myself, actually. Like, the way she treats people, like the genuine kindness, and the fact that she's donated, I think, if I'm not mistaken, to 23 different charities, like 23 different times, independent different times, she's chosen to donate significant amounts of money or done some type of a charity work. But 23 times, that's a lot. Like, even for somebody that has $300 million or is worth that much or even more, that's still a lot. So when I found it, I was like, damn, that's a lot. Like, that is a lot of charity. That's a lot of very good, generous, good work that she's done and shared with other people that have a lot less than she has. So I really, really, really appreciate that shit, man. And that says a lot about her soul. And even like the house that she has in Beverly Hills, like, it's not some huge thing at all. Like, it's more. It's actually kind of. It's not. It's smaller. Like, it's not a very big house, but it's like what it lacks in size, it makes up for in like style, and it's just an extremely like the house is like an art of work itself. So anyway, but more than all of that, it's the sweetness I see in her. It's that sweetness to want to take care of things and to love things and to be as positive and to grow and to be as strong and good as possible all the time. Like, I feel like she's got a real good relationship with that. And I do too. And I think it's a pretty genuine, like, I think if you're a human being, you're going to have a little bit of that in you. But it's just like we all got different levels of shit inside of us. And Jennifer, has a high level of that. And I do too. Now, she's got other things too, and I've got other stuff too, as we all do. But when it comes to that particular frame of reality, she's got a good relationship with it, and I do too. And because of that, she has a lot of love in her life. And I mean, inside myself, I do too. Like, even in my family, like, yeah, I might not have friends and shit, but I have a very loving family. Like, we've all been living with each other for almost 40 fucking years now. And we've all, we're all still here, smiling, and we had one of the best Christmases we've ever had in a long time, just recently. So, I do have a lot of love around me. It's important that I remind myself and tell myself that, because I can feel like I don't, and it's not the case at all. Like, I do have people that love me. Now, there's things that they may not be able to, relate to as well as other things, but, that's okay. Like, the love is there. The genuine care is there, and I feel it. And it's something to be cherished. It really is. Not everybody's got that shit, man. So I wish they did, but so anyway, so it dawned on me. It's like we're both in kind of fucked up places. Like, we could both really benefit from having somebody in our life, or maybe, like, I think for her, like, I would like to see her taking some time and just focusing on herself, like getting herself healthy, self healthy. Figuring out what she wants to do with her life, like what type of passion or what she really wants to do with her life. Like, what is it? Like, but more than anything, just take care of, like, get healthy. Like, I don't know how her drinking is and all this and that's going on, but I feel like it might not be in the best place. Not as bad as it was, but still not doing the best. So, I mean, I'd love to see, I want her to be healthy, man. And I want her to choose, like, whoever she ends up being, if she's on her own, cool. Like, just hope she's with good company, whoever it may be, or if she finds out with another man, whoever that is, I hope that he treats her well and right and good. And that she has enough discernment to not go with somebody that's going to treat her like shit, But, so, I still want the best for her, dude. I really do. I gotta be honest though, like there was a time when I was like, I always felt like we would end up being together, and it's like I don't know about that anymore. Like just I don't know. Like I don't want Jen. I also like this is where it's like with Jennifer because I've said these things in the past, but it's like I don't. Part of me feels like I could fall in love with Jennifer and live potentially happily ever after. It's a that just because like that sweetness, that love, that kindness, that desire to want to like help build and grow and to spread goodness and love, like that's what the world needs right now, like more than anything. That's what it needs, and then from there everything else will get followed, but it's that essential loving core for everything all the time as often as possible, a desire to build that and perpetuate that, to share that. That's what's going to save the fucking day for each person's individual self and the collective. And Jennifer has got a very good relationship with that. so so I don't know. I before, like last year I was more like, oh yeah, like I want to, I'm down to do something, but at the end of the day, like I might have to leave her to be with somebody else, and it's like, it's like that's got to be hard for Jennifer to hear. Like that's not fair to her to hear that. And so like from where I'm at right now, it's just like I don't know. Like I could see myself like somebody like Jen and that type of mentality and that type of lifestyle. And I think a particular person, she does have a pretty good relationship with that reality of growing and staying positive and good. However, not quite as good as Jen's. And because a particular person's entertained a lot of other things and even gone against that goodness, which I get to because I've kind of done it myself. But because of that, like this is also why I kind of lack too a little bit of that positivity right now. I could have a little bit more. I should be doing a little bit more on the project. And a part of it's because I've been down. I've been depressed. I've been self-loathing, caught up in my own miseries. But that's my fault. It's nobody else's fault but mine. And I think a particular person might suffer from that too. So, sorry, a little off track here. Anyways, let me just wrap it up and just say that I don't know what the future is going to hold. I want the best for her, for a particular person. And like I said, I do, maybe that's, yeah. So she does, I do think she does have a pretty good relationship with those type of energies, like goodness. But she's lost good connection with it because she hasn't really put much good work into it. At least that I've seen. I hope I'm wrong. But based on what I've seen and feel, like it's gotten a little bit better, but it's still... It's not quite where it should be or could be or where it needs to be for us to be in a place where we could really work together and speak together and fucking come together. Which is fine. It is what it is. It's better to accept these things rather than to fight them and to worry about them and to freak out and to lose yourself in in your inability to control them too. Because like this shit's already done happening. You might as well just go along with that flow and roll with it as well as you can. So that's kind of what I've just come to terms with. It's just like right now, it's just not the best time for us to do what the fuck we're doing. Like obviously, like if she was really into me, then she would fucking be wanting to talk to me, but she's not. So it's like fine, and I'm tired of this fucking whatever the fuck's going on. I'm tired of not knowing, and so it's like I'm just at this point where I need to move, and I don't know what she's doing, but it's not working for me. So this is where I'm having to do. I'm having to just move to somewhere else that's more caring to my needs, because that's just the honest truth. And I think this is also a problem that a particular person has. She doesn't want to admit that she's made mistakes, that she's done things wrong, that she could have done things better, and that she has, maybe apologize. Like if you've hurt some people, it's good to apologize. Like that's a big thing in my life is apologizing, because I know I've done some mean things to people, and I lose control of my emotions, and I allow them to react in an unhealthy, quote unquote bad way, and you hurt people when you say things, man. Especially if you have an intent to hurt people, you can do this stuff. And I think that she has done these things in the past, and she's hurt people. She's hurt me, and she's probably hurt others too. That's not all she does, but I know she comes from a place of pain too, because she was hurt. So hurt people. So I'm not trying to like blame her, talk down to her, slight her, or anything. I'm just being honest. Like this would also help her in her moods if she can, admitted to them, like, yes, I've done some fucked up things, like I have some fucked up issues that I need to work on, and then to apologize to the people that she's hurt. Like that's part of healing, is doing that. Like there's truth in the 12 steps, like there's a lot of truth in that shit, and it's really largely has to do with the word. So I'm a firm believer in redemption and making amends and making mistakes and righting the wrongs and balancing out the imbalances and turning something unhealthy to healthy and transmutating and all that type of shit. So I hope that she does too, and she's great at it also. Like when she really puts her mind to it, she's really good at changing. So I know she can do it. If she really wants to, she can. So in my, one way or another, like, my phone is open for anybody that's really going through something or wants to talk or whatever. Like my phone is always open, but especially for her because I do think she is my twin flame. But I just don't think it's the right time for us right now. So, all right, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.